Good evening, I'm Dave Leno. Indiana businesses from Clean Energy released a study that suggests a strong federal climate change policy could create up to 45,000 jobs in Indiana. The study stems from a Senate committee's hearing on climate change legislation. The proposal favors a cap-and-trade system and is more ambitious than the House bill when it comes to reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Opponents of the climate change bill passed by the House say it would lead to higher energy costs and force some businesses to shut down. State health officials report a Clark County resident recently died of rabies, making him the first person to die of the disease in the state since 2006 and only the second human case overall since 1959. Dr. James Howell says victims usually show signs between 1 and 3 months, after which the prognosis is usually fatal. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention indicates the source of infection in this case was a bat. Rabies is a virus that attacks the brain and nervous system. It is estimated 55,000 people die worldwide from rabies each year. An Elkhart resident spent 12 hours of involuntary community service in jail. 40-year-old Scott Roberts says he was locked in the facility after a mop bucket used to prop the door open tipped over. He spent about 12 hours in the cell without anyone knowing his whereabouts. A spokesman for the Elkhart County Sheriff's Department says an internal investigation into the incident has been launched. Indiana House Speaker Pat Bauer of South Bend says he'll soon author a bill aimed at ethics reform for the legislature, lobbyists, and the executive branch. The reforms being proposed by Speaker Bauer include a requirement that lobbyists report any gift of more than $50 to a legislator. The current reporting requirement is for gifts of $100 or more. The proposed bill does not put an end to lobbyist gifts. They just have to be made public. Bauer says if voters see something they don't like, they can say so at the polls. Now let's take a look at your weather forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy with 90% chance of rain, lows in the upper 60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, highs in the lower 60s. And tomorrow night, partly cloudy, lows in the mid 40s. Now let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. Starting on Thursday, partly cloudy with a 50% chance of rain, highs around 70, lows in the mid 50s. On Friday, 70% chance of thunderstorms, highs around 70, lows in the lower 50s. And to start your weekend on Saturday, partly cloudy with a 30% chance of rain showers, highs in the upper 50s, lows in the lower 40s. Sunday, partly cloudy with a 20% chance of rain. For WTIU, I'm Dave Leno.